Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be covering some BRM5 trivia. There isn't much trivia around BRM5 as it's kind of new and has no updates, but there are quite a few. There is enough to make a video. Hopefully this is a series, but I'm doubting it will be. This video has been inspired by the many different people who have done BRM5 randomness videos, trivias, and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's get into it. BRM5 has many different phases and different types of updates throughout the game. These updates and phases are known as operations. There's about 6 different operations throughout BRM5's existence, 7 if you include the alpha phases. Operation Shadow Ray was the first operation, which had some changes like a new menu and customization options. Operation Aftermath introduced some helicopter changes, and Operation Daybreak introduced new PvE AI. After Daybreak, Operation Nightfall was released, bringing some minor changes to FOB and revamped the health system. But the biggest addition in Nightfall was the addition of the now unattainable badge Calm Before the Storm. Operation Viper is one of the 2 major operations in BRM5. Operation Viper brought Fort Ronald into the map and revamped the quarry. Weapons like the AUG 3 and the Mark 18 were added to the game. Gestures and emotes were also added, and AI was once again improved. The squad feature was added, and character changes were also added. Now, some features in Operation Viper is removed. One example is Raid Mode, which is a cooperative mission that takes place across the world, and as a reward, you get a different gear and attachments. You also have a 10% chance of getting the C782, which is now unobtainable. Some PvP maps were introduced in Viper, but some removed ones are New York, Alfilme Coast, and Rio de Janeiro. Following Operation Viper, Operation Resurgence was released. Resurgence is the current operation as of now, and the list of updates is continuously growing. But some notable changes are the reintroduction of the A10, which was removed in the 2020 Christmas update. Raid mode was removed, and users who had C782 was still able to keep the gun. A new gunsmithing system was added, and vehicles had some customization as well. AI had another overhaul, but this time could actually do certain basic military formations and tactics. Some revamp of certain parts of the map were also introduced, and the introduction of ambush points, which I absolutely hate, please remove. And finally, everyone knows this one, the bunker was added as the final location of the BRM5 map. The bunker also brought the intel system into the game. So if you have played the game for a little bit, you all know the Platinum 5 dev team, which is behind BRM5. But where did they get the name Platinum 5? Platinum 5 is actually the name of a different Roblox developer, going formerly by the name Rakshal Ioe. I don't know how to pronounce that. He developed the other 4 BRM games, starting from BRM 1 through BRM 4. Game Loader Entertainment, the company behind the dev team, wanted to pay tribute to the original developer, so they named the dev team Platinum 5 and the UN Joint Task Force in the BRM5 lore. Platinum 5 obviously made the other 4 BRM games, but what are they? BRM 1 takes place in Somalia, where a cargo plane contains a certain chemical, crashes into a militia base, turning all the militiamen into zombies, and we have to go in and kill these zombies. BRM2 plays on the zombie story, where a Soviet scientist tries to make a drug that turns regular soldiers into super soldiers, but instead turn them into zombies. BRM3 shifts towards the human-to-human fighting section. The insurgents from BRM1 threaten to release now this chemical that has turned into a virus. They threaten to release this to the world, which NATO sends in a set of rangers to stop them. Blackhawks were getting shut down left, right, and center in all games. So that's the reason why BRM5, whatever, BRM1 has the name BRM Blackhawk Rescue Mission. BRM4 is pretty much about an insurgent group known as Zulu 24 and a NATO task force fighting each other. He also developed the Aftermath game, where it lays the background story of the BRM series. These aren't the full length stories, so I will be linking the wiki down below. Um, so far, BRM1 recently got a massive update, so it looks more BRM 2. And speaking of BRM 2, it still gets frequent updates by Platinum 5. So definitely check the game out. It's very fun. Um, BRM3 has been touched since 2016, so it's completely broken. And we actually don't know what happened to BRM4. It's actually not called BRM4 on the Roblox page. It's called something else, and you need 1,000 Robux to enter. So, and I don't have 1,000 Robux to spare, so I'm not checking that out. And of course, BRM5 is constantly receiving updates, but update times are slow. Across the BRM5 timeline, a lot of content has been removed and added. But the difference between remove content in BRM5 and remove content from any other game is that us, the community, still actually remembers these removed content instead of just completely ignoring and forgetting about it. I'm not really sure if it's because the game just doesn't get much updates, or if the old BRM5 players are getting nostalgic, or if I'm getting nostalgic about BRM5, or the BRM5 community just filled with players who played ever since Viper, which is actually 3 years ago now, or earlier. I feel like removed content in this game almost gets immortalized. The C7A2 is probably one of the most common removed item in BR5. As mentioned earlier, the C7A2 is a reward given to players that completed raid mode. And looking at the C7A2's gameplay, it's actually not a bad gun. A lot of pros use it for PvP, and if you want to flex, you gotta pull out the C7. Um, another move content is KP. He is the precursor of the quest we have now today, and when you do one of his quests, you get a badge known as the Musician, which is now unobtainable. Some other remove content that are still mentioned here in the BRF community is remove maps from PvP, certain map changes, and certain attachments of the gunsmithing section, like the 50 round extended magazine. Warning, some of these glitches are bannable. I do not condone in doing any of these banned glitches. If you do get banned using any of these glitches, I will not take any responsibility, as this video is only meant for educational purposes, and I really don't want you guys, doing banned stuff. So, yeah. Fear 5 is an amazing game, but it's far from perfect. There are multiple glitches and bugs in the game, which some can be funny, but some are just straight up exploits. As of update 6.4, there has been a well-known bug where during one of the delivery missions, the drop-off point is inside a prop building, which means you can't go inside the building, and since you're in a car, you can't even go in the building in the first place. This is because the fob was revamped with fob was revamped in update 6.4, and the delivery point has been changed. Another well-known bug was the uniform and equipment texture bug. Roblox was failing to load textures in Bear 5, which led to characters looking like they're not wearing anything, which led to some interesting moments. Equipment also failed to load, which means only the 3D model was there, which means your vest is just completely gray and your belt's completely gray. This was actually not Platinum Fire's fault. This was actually Roblox's fault. Um, it is faulty on Roblox's server. Fortunately, I think this has been patched, but I have seen some cases of lower end Roblox, like low end computers running Roblox and BRM5 experiencing this bug till this day. So if you have like a laptop or a little weaker PC, I would advise to be cautious when you do this. Um, there's also you're able to clip through walls in this game. One well-known bug is clipping through the little reception area, like the armory area. Um, please don't do this, especially if you're in front of like in a stream or if you're um, in a public server. This is bannable, Um, and this is also bannable in PvP as well. So if you try to clip through walls in PvP, just don't do it. Um, there's also this really funny glitch. It's known as the funny. This one is not bannable, and what you pretty much do is so when you emote in BRM5, you can't move. Let's say you have the arms crossed emote. You can't move. Let's say you're doing the salute emote. You can't move. Let's say you're doing the addies. You cannot move you can't move except for the forward, halt, and regroup emotes. You can move in those, but not the other emotes. However, what the funny is you would move while you're doing the emote, and it could be really funny. Like you could also equip your weapon as well, so you could be just saluting and just shooting at the sky at the same time. So it's really funny. You could be like laying on the ground and just gliding. You can't do this in. I'm pretty sure you can't do this in PvP. Since PvP you don't have the emote menu, so yeah. What's really funny, I actually have no idea how you do this, but the tradition for the Defuni is that once you figure it out, you don't tell anyone else how you do the Defuni. So, little cultural lesson there, kids. BRM5 doesn't have much Easter eggs, but they do have some. The M16A2 has a number written on its stock, and it says 651. 651 is actually a carbine variant of the M16. In early Resurgence, they had gun descriptions as well, and some had references to other games. For example, the MP5 had the line,
"How a muppet like you pass selection?"
referring to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 iconic line said by Captain Price. I will put a video made by TNT Buster that showcases all these different phases. There were also certain locations. Just outside Fort, there used to be a cave that had an abandoned mine just chilling in there. There was also a random monolith, which is a really tall, perfectly formed rock in the middle of the desert, which used to be known as Alchara, but they removed it. Another one was a mini bunker, which I don't actually have no idea where it was. It was back in Viper, which I never played back in the day. So, and when Precision was first released, if you hit F9 and if you type in indev, you would actually be sent back to Operation Shadow Raid, which is really cool. But unfortunately, soon after that command was discovered, Gunnar shut it down. So we unfortunately cannot experience Operation Shadow Raid. So that is it for today. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching.